Om Shanti. 31st of January 2025 Morning Murli Babdada Madhuban. Essence, sweet children, if you want to become charitable souls, check your charts to see that you are not committing any sins and that you are accumulating truth in your account. Question: what is one of the greatest sins? Answer: to look with bad vision at anyone is one of the greatest sins. You children who are becoming charitable souls must never look with bad vision at anyone. Check yourselves to see how long you stay in yoga and whether you are committing any sins. In order to climb a high status, take care never to look with vicious vision at anyone and to follow the Srimad elevated directions that the Father gives you completely. Song: look at your face in the mirror of your heart. Om Shanti. The Unlimited Father says to you children, examine yourselves within people normally. Know how much sin and how much charity they have performed throughout their lives. Therefore, each of you should look at your chart daily and ask yourself, how many sins have I committed and how much charity have I performed? Did I upset anyone? Every human being and understand for himself what he has done in his life, how many sins he has committed and how much he has donated. When people go on pilgrimages, they make donations and perform charity. They try not to commit any sins. Therefore, the Father asks you, children, how many sins have you committed and how much charity have you performed? You children now have to become charitable souls. Therefore, you must not commit any sins. There are innumerable kids of sin. To look with bad vision at anyone is also a sin. Bad vision is vision filled with vice. That is the worst of all. You must never look with vicious vision at anyone. Normally, it is man and wife whose vision is vicious. Even Kumaris and Kumars sometimes have vicious vision. The Father says you must not have any vicious vision, otherwise you would have to be called monkeys. There is the example of Narad. He asked if he could marry Lakshmi. You also say that you will marry Lakshmi, that you will become Lakshmi or Narayan from an ordinary woman or man. The Father says, ask yourselves on heart to what extent you have become a charitable soul. Are you committing any more sin? To what extent do you stay in yoga? It is because you children have recognized the Father that you are sitting here. No one else in the world recognizes Baba or that this is Babdada. You Brahmin children know that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, enters Brahma Baba and gives you the treasures of the imperishable jewels of this knowledge. The wealth that human beings have is perishable. That is what they donate. Those are just like stones, whereas these are jewels of knowledge. Only the Father, the ocean of knowledge, has these jewels. Each jewel is worth hundreds of thousands of rupees. You have to imbibe the jewels of this knowledge given by the Father, the jeweler, and then donate them. To the extent that you take these jewels and then donate them to others, you accordingly climb a high status, the Father explains. Examine yourselves and see how many sins you have committed. Check that you are not still committing any sin. You must not look in the slightest impure way at anyone. Continue to follow completely the Srimad that the Father gives you. You have to be cautious. Storms of Maya will come, but you must never act sinfully with yourselves. If you look in an impure way at someone, you must never stand in front of that one, but walk anyway instantly. One can instantly tell when someone has vicious vision. If you want to climb a high status, you must remain very cautious. If you have impure vision, you will become debilitated. You have to follow the Srimad that the Father gives you. Only you children recognize the Father. For instance, if Baba goes somewhere, only you children would know that Bab Dada has arrived. Many other people look at him, but they don't know anything. Therefore, if they ask who it is, tell them it is Bab Dada. Each of you should have one of these badges. Tell them Shiv Baba donates imperishable jewels of this knowledge to us through this Dada. This is spiritual knowledge. The spiritual father, the father of all spirits, sits here and gives us this knowledge. These are the versions of God Shiva. In the Gita, it has been incorrectly written that God Sri Krishna speaks. Only Shiva is called the ocean of knowledge, the purifier. Only through this knowledge is there salvation. These are the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Only the one Father is the bestower of salvation. You should remember these words very well. You children understand that you know the Father, and the Father also understands that He knows you children. All of you are my children, however, not all of you know me. If it is in someone's fortune, he would know him later. If Baba goes somewhere and people ask who it is, it would definitely be with a pure motive that they ask. Just tell them that it is Bab Dada. The unlimited Father is incorporeal. Until the Father comes into the corporeal world, how could we claim the inheritance from Him? Therefore, Shiv Baba adopts as true Brahma and gives us the inheritance. This one is Prajapita, Brahma, and we are the Brahma Kumars and Kumaris. The one who is teaching us is the ocean of knowledge. We receive the inheritance from him. This Brahma is also studying. He then changes from a Brahmin into deity. It is so easy to explain these things. It is good to explain to anyone the significance of the badge. Tell them that Baba says, "Remember me and your sins will be absolved. You will become pure and go to the pure world. That Father is the purifier. We are making effort to become pure. By the time destruction comes, we will have complete our studies. It is so easy to explain. When any of you are traveling, take some veg with you. Along with these veg also have some small leaflets in which it is written, the Father comes into Bharat to establish the original eternal deity religion once again and have all the other innumerable religions destroyed in the Mahabharat war as they were in the previous cycle according to the drama plan. Print 2 or 400,000 such leaflets so that you can give them to anyone. At the top there should be the image of the Trimurti, and on the other side there should be the addresses of all the centers. You children have to be concerned about doing service throughout the day. You children heard in the song that you should examine your chart daily and ask yourselves what your stage was like throughout the day. Baba has met many people who write an account of the whole day in their diaries every night. They check whether they performed any bad acts. They write everything down because they think that if their biography is written in a good way, those who come later will learn from it. Only good people would write it this way. However, everyone is full of vices anyway. Here it is not the same thing. Check your charts daily and then send them to Baba so that you can make good progress, and you will also pay attention for the further. Write everything clearly. Today I looked at someone in a bad way. This happened, that happened. Baba calls those who make others unhappy deceitful. There is a burn of innumerable sins of many birds on your heads. You now have to remove that burn of sins with the power of remembrance. Check yourself daily. Did I curse sorrow for anyone throughout the day? To curse someone's sorrow means to be deceitful. This leads to a sin. The Father says, don't be deceitful or curse sorrow for anyone. Examine yourself to see how many sins you have committed and how much charity you have performed. Show this path to anyone you meet. Tell everyone very lovingly. You have to remember the Father and become pure. Whilst living at home with your families, become as pure as a lotus. Although you are at the confluence age, this is still Ravan's kingdom. Whilst living in this river of poison filled with Maya, you have to become as pure as a lotus flower. A lotus flower has many children. Bracket